Yo, what's going on? I know I'm going live a little earlier, but today we're going to be talking about Lil Durk. Now, Lil Durk had a new bond hearing on June 2nd, and the bond hearing is still in limbo because the judge hasn't figured out if he actually wants to give him bond or not. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to get into some of the Tory Lane situation about his stabbing. Semi-new information came out on it. I need to get my my shit together when it comes to actually potting more or doing this little live stream shit more. So I'm gonna get up on that, but first we're gonna be talking about his bond hearing, how things went, and what we could hear from next, or what could possibly happen next in Lil Durk's bond hearing. So we're gonna get into pretty much what his pops had to say. So we're going to hear what his pops had to say about the third bond hearing. This is from a channel called With the Apparatus. I don't really watch this guy too much, but we're going to check out what he has to actually say and what the video actually entails. So let's get into it, gang. Hold on, let's look.
Listing your house on the market isn't the only way to sell your house. Selling to us is much faster.
Fence, but he was pro-justice.
We're going to skip all this, bro. But basically, I just want to give credit what credit is due. This is from Hookah Anonymous, so shout out to Hookah Anonymous for this video. Let's see.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all. We'll also be dropping the latest tea there first and follow us there. Now, without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, I probably could have betted my last dollar that today wasn't going to be the last deciding day within this case when it came to Lil Durk getting a bond for his release or not. At this point, the whole situation is starting to be one big two.
I'm gonna speed it out for
everyone via Instagram, as he would say that the judge seemed more fair and actually listened to both sides, as he feels it's possible that Durk will be coming home.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I just left the courtroom.
Now, if y'all who's been living under the rug, if you don't know who this man is, this is Big Durk. He had life in the feds for being a kingpin in Chicago. He worked under Larry Hoover, they say. So, I mean, that's a little bit of backstory on him. He just got out like a couple years ago, and pretty much, that's why you see like the conversion in Durk as far as him like going to the Islam path and stuff like that because of his father. But yeah, that's Big Durk right there. Shout out to Big Durk.
For the bond hearing for my son, for the release for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor. He wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and and he's gonna give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for it, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
Once again, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, y'all let me know what y'all think about all this. Do y'all feel Durk possibly coming home, or would it just end up like the last two bond hearings and he'll just have to wait until October when he's scheduled for trial?
Man, we gonna talk about that though. We gonna talk about that. I don't have this stream title in my bag. I'm gonna actually title it while I got a chance real quick. We gonna really talk about that though. Like, as far as Durk getting out of this, like, I've been seeing evidence really that's been coming up that hasn't really been like solidified or like puts a nail in a coffin that Durk actually did this. Well, they've been going off of his song lyrics, and the fact that Durk was actually in California at the time when it happened. But they did say that he was doing an interview with DJ Academic. So, I mean, if he can prove that, he was actually, going out there to conduct business, then that could sway the jury. But then again, it may not, just because they are trying to use a lot of his violent lyrics. And when they talk about a jury of your peers, they're not really your peers. There's a whole bunch of white dudes up there and stuff like that that really don't know nothing about, like, hip hop or like rap or urban culture or however you want to title it. So, I mean, he he may have a fight. He may have a fight. Hold on, let me retitle this. My bad. Hold on. My bad. I had to retitle that real quick. But yo, so we gonna dive into the pretty much Durk's previous bonds attempts, and why he was denied bonds on those last ones. Now they are saying that the judge here is a little bit more fair. He's not really on the prosecutor side. He's not really on the defense side. If you heard from Big Durk. So, that can work out in his favor, but the judge did say that his bond is not enough to promise them that he's not going to actually not appear for court. But one thing I could say, though, is that, like, they should, if they're going to go into that, they should really look into, like, Durk's previous arrest, like when he was out on bond with King Von, and take that in consideration that he, like, turned himself in. Like, he didn't try to run or anything like that, and he was facing an attempted murder. Vaughn was still living at the time, so it wasn't like he was just going to put it on Vaughn. I mean, he could have, but, as we see right here, he's been keeping it silent and stuff like that, so who knows? But let's see. The second bond attempt was denied because they was saying that Durk was using people's cell phones in prison. And he did interviews and stuff like that as well. One thing that I should say about rappers and stuff like that is they should lay low out in the feds. Bro, you fighting a real bad federal murder case. Stay off the phone, stay off the internet, fuck the internet, just like do your thing. But let's hear this call from jail that Durk did.
Thugging.
I met a motherfucker. I came up and I said, that's what it is, dude.
I'm my mama. Hey, I know you in that bitch with your feet kicked up. I'm telling niggas, I already know.
Yeah, I'm this motherfucker. Yeah, man, pay attention, watching and listening to motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers, 30 to 40. I said, damn,
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
If you need me, you know it's good, man. I got something.
This call is from a federal prison.
You said what, bro?
I said, I know you're a rich ass nigga, but if you need anything, you know I got you.
I appreciate it. You know the thought that counts,
Yeah, hell yeah. I know how that shit be, but it don't matter, but we ain't never moved our money.
It's 1,000 motherfuckers there.
Yeah. Moved our money. Except for that first time. Once it was that, it was that. Once it was like then, everything was his.
Yeah. I feel back to you saying, I can't help it like, yeah, where you from? What you got going? I'll be to it, yeah.
Man, what? Fuck a PC. Hey.
I thought they thought a computer, yeah.
Said you were talking about PC. I thought he was talking about a computer. I remember when that first came out. That's actually a little bit older. But he had a call with Kanye as well, where he talked to Ye.
Just chilling. How you feeling?
Good?
Yeah, man. How you feeling?
And I'm feeling good. Just taking a day at a time. Just chilling and staying focused for real.
Yeah, I love the time
we from a federal prison.
I love the time we spent in Saudi, man. That was great.
Hey, look, that's all I'm talking about here. The people here, they get their time and they ain't never experienced the world. So I be telling them stories and they be on 20.
Wow. Yeah.
Hey, you know what I was just listening to last night?
What that?
The verse with you and the verse you did on Donna with Andre 2000.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that's so crazy.
Yeah, that was the end of the album.
Man, one thing I cannot fathom is being a multi-fucking millionaire and being locked in jail and federal prison facing pretty much the end of my life, you know what I'm saying? But like, man, I was watching this shit on Boosie earlier, bro, and like Boosie was really one of the first drill rappers, bro. He was talking about the niggas he killed on fucking on his songs and shit like that. He told his sister to go dig up her brother. He was the first YN on some real shit. But man, it's a sad for Durk, bro. His third bond attempt. We gonna see what happens. Like I said, that third bond attempt is in limbo. I think they actually did a news thing on Durk real quick. Third bond attempt. This is cap. Hold on, let me see. Hold on.
Where the government really ultimately messed up and why I believe Durk is going to get a bond now, they dropped the murder for hire part. Do you know how bad of a L you have to take?
Now, a simple look at the superseding indictment that was filed May 1st, 2025. The superseding indictment that has everybody saying they dropped the murder for hire charges. If you look at it, it says second superseding indictment. The very first charge is conspiracy and use of interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death.
Yeah, Sadie Nash was wrong on that one. Hey, if y'all new to the channel, I actually did an interview with Sadie Nash. So, like, I'll probably drop that in the comments or in the description or something like that. He's working on that one. I don't know if he's really doing his research on that, if he was just yapping. Yo, Sadie, what's up, bro? I don't know if you was just yapping or not, bro, but that shit's crazy, bro. But there was a news clip where they talk about it. Hold on. News report. There you go. Let's see if that pops up. Hold on, cause niggas be yapping, bro. Nope. Alright, never mind on that one. But yeah, nah, hey, enough on Durk for just this quick second, real quick, bro. I want to talk about the Tory Lane situation, bro. The Tory Lane stabbing, bro. They say that Tory Lane stabbing is a little bit deeper than what you actually think. So let's dive into that real quick. Hold on. I think it was Whack 100 that spoke on that. Yo, this dude Whack 100 be having everything. He had the video of the stabbing or whatever, and he was sending it out to people. I guess it was his team though. His team that actually gave it to Whack 100. Hold on real quick.
This is Pod 5, the first fully immersive sleep system. Intelligent, adaptive.
Don't do all this.
Case after he was.
Well, even prior to, Tory didn't shoot that girl. I told y'all. Tory did not shoot that girl. All y'all that was pro this, pro that, now y'all got to pay attention to the bigger play. Y'all heard the lady. See, I didn't know nothing about the security guard coming forward telling the truth. I knew that the DNA came back 100% not him. And they kept it from him doing trial and they used the other one. That said it could be, maybe it can't be. There was 3 tests. 2 of them came back 100% not him after the fact. I told y'all Tory didn't shoot that girl. Then the day.
Yo, that's crazy. That's actually insanity. If actually 2 of the tests out of 3 actually came back, that the DNA is not 100%. It's not yours. 100% not yours. That's insane to think about. That they would use the 1 out of the 3 that would be the least accurate, Because if you get 2 out of 3, obviously you're going to use the results from the 2 out of 3 rather than the 1 out of 3. To still convict that man is insane, because that would prove he had no possession of the weapon at any time, meaning it wasn't his weapon at all. Because if you had the weapon at any point in time, of course your DNA is going to be on that weapon. 2, it proves that he didn't shoot her because he didn't take possession of that weapon at that point in time. And 3, where is the who did the DNA evidence actually match? Why ain't people answering these questions? Why is this something we're not discussing as a people? Like, I'll be arguing with females over the internet and stuff like that, and they be like, oh, why didn't Tory take the stand, blah blah blah, why didn't Tory take the stand? And I agree 100%. Why the fuck, Tory, why the fuck didn't you take the stand? I know he had that song with DDG where he was saying that he would never go snitching even if it kill him or make him a felon. But Brody, your life is on the line. Fuck that shit. You dumb rich, bro. Your fan base is primarily women, except for me because I'm a huge Tory Lanez fan. But I wouldn't even be biased though. If it was proven that, like Tory Lanez really shot this girl, like if it was like without a shadow of a doubt, this nigga really shot him, they got him on video, or they found the evidence that, actually links him to the shooting, he has DNA in the gun or anything like that, I'd be like, bro, that's a sad case, bro. Not saying I want to still be a fan of him, but I'd totally be against the actions that he took. Anyways, bro, like that's neither here nor there. They say it's a paid hit. I don't know about no paid hit though. I really don't know about no paid hit. They say that he was jealous over a girl. We're gonna get into that as well, but I don't know if you slap a nigga 14 times over a female, but dudes do be limp dick though, so never know. Hold on, let's see. Let's go back into this.
After they go submit the new evidence of the security guard saying he witnessed who pulled the trigger, Tory get hit 14 times. I told y'all Monday, I said somebody sent that at him. I talked to him too much. His spirit, his soul, his attitude. I'm listening to people come to his door when he's on his little iPad talking to me. Everybody helping, every 10 out of 10 people. Hey, Tory, you think yeah, I'm going to make that call. Hey, Tory, thanks, bro, that happened for me. I'm hearing it. You're not going to get me to believe he just didn't jumped up. He knows appeal date is coming up. And now he tripping. He ain't side with no Crips, with no Bloods. He went in there being Tory Lanez, tending to his business, found a way to help the people on the yard that could never get no help. Nah, man, y'all got to pay this some attention. That lady, she got a point. A day after we submit, after they submit, that we got to secure.
A day after they submit? A day? Man, I mean, that, shit, I don't know what y'all thinking about that, but that does seem a little bit controversial for a man who to put in a motion for an appeal and they present new evidence that, he actually didn't do that. And I think they have some type of government official, don't know her title or anything like that, that's really advocating for Tory Lanez's release. I don't think that somebody of that stature and as far as like the government or however you want to put it will put their credibility on the line to really like advocate for a person who shot a woman if they really thought that he shot that woman. Like, I don't really think that they would do that. But he did a Vlad interview as well, because like, I mean, dude, he be all over the place though. Whack 100 is an odd guy, bro. Like, he be all over the place with his explanation, because in this interview with DJ Vlad, he explains that he got stabbed over a woman. Now I'm gonna have to like drop this down though. Like, I can't play Vlad's interview. Vlad is gonna strike me. You know what? Fuck Vlad. I don't care.
You can sell this $5 spatula on Amazon and compete with hundreds of other spatula sellers, or you can sell.
I'm hearing different stories. I'm hearing different things, and you know what I'm saying? I'm hearing things, and it's one of them I kind of like, I'm resting on that maybe that could be it. But, and it's crazy because I thought I thought social media was going to grab the other situation and tie them together. What's our guy? I don't know why I forget his name. He's on Blueface Daddy's song.
Wait.
The song that I always forget.
And featuring what? Rich the Kid?
Rich the Kid. You had a narrative going on with Tory that Tory allegedly was trying to do something with the dude's girl in prison.
I mean, what can you do with a dude's girl in prison? You're in prison.
It's a whole lot you could do with a dude's girl.
You could make phone calls. What else can you do?
You can take her.
Yeah, I mean, you could try from prison, I guess.
That's Tory Lanez.
I guess.
One dude got life. One dude is Tory Lanez.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, bro. I'd be worried too, yo. Like my girl talking to T Lanez. What?
Okay.
Now,
who got life?
The Mexican dude got life. He got life.
Okay, but what does that have to do with Tory Bricks?
I'm gonna tell you what that got to do with it. You got a dude with life, and he got a girl.
Life.
Maybe 20% of the lifers got women. That's his lifeline to the streets.
Okay.
That's his packages. That's his voice. That's the only thing he has to psych himself out to look forward to seeing that he'll never probably see. She may be coming to visit him. This is the closest thing he has to the free world.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you got a guy like Tory Lanez. Big entertainer, millionaire, has a date, looking at getting out, who could possibly, not saying he would pay her any attention once he's home, disrupt dude's motion. In prison, that's worth killing somebody for.
So you think that dude's girlfriend made eyes at Tory Lanez, and because of that...
It wasn't eyes. I believe it was conversations going on.
But you're not talking about Tory. You're not talking about Rich the Kid's wife.
We're talking about Tory. We're back in prison.
We're back in prison again.
See, the thing, when Tory got stabbed and that narrative was out there about why dude stabbed him over his girlfriend.
Well, he didn't say that. He said that he thought Tory was going to kill him. That's why he stabbed him.
That's just some bullshit that just came out.
Okay.
No. The original narrative was dude was making passes at my girl. This was the original narrative.
Okay.
3-4 days later, after the incident, the Rich the Kid thing pops out. We're in Miami. I tell R&B, I say, yo, they gonna tie these two together. They gonna have a field day.
Yeah, that's it for that. I just really wanted y'all to check that out. They said that he got stabbed over a female. I don't know how really much I believe that. I don't think it was over no female. It's possible. Like I said, some tender dick ass niggas out there that will kill you over a fucking girl, especially in jail. So why not? But I don't know if y'all seen this video before. Hopefully I can find it. It's some of the new evidence that they actually put out. I believe this is old. Some female told me that I was arguing with or whatever. It's about a witness statement from that was actually on the scene of the crime, and they state actually what the fuck happened. And supposedly when they brought the witness to court, they took him up to like the top floor or some shit like that, and he spoke to him. And he came back and he made a totally different statement than what he made on the scene. Let me see. Man, I don't want to watch somebody else's shit. I just want to see the video, hear the video. Hold on, man. I'm gonna probably have to watch this fucking nigga's video. Hold on. For this, when it says Kelsey shot Megan. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Man, I used to get YouTube Premium.
Why would I lie?
Screaming and yelling. The girl come out and pull open lady in the car.
So the girl who came out of the passenger, you're talking about the front passenger?
No, the rear.
The rear passenger. So the girl comes out of the rear passenger and she goes to the front passenger?
Yeah.
And she opens up the car door?
Yeah.
And then what happens?
They're screaming and shouting at each other and they start fighting.
The two girls?
Yeah, I can see one like feet coming out trying to kick her and the other one's fighting and then the passenger gets out.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger?
Can we stop there? Because I don't want to. I'll tell you, and then I want to go. My son's on his own.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't want
and it's loud with the cars.
I don't really want to. So basically, the car stopped. The girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of.
There's a dude from England too, bro. People from England don't lie, man. You hear his voice, you hear his accent. That's not an accent of a liar.
Viciously, that's why I presume the driver got out. She starts screaming, she starts hitting the girl. The girl on the side, her feet come out, she starts to kick the girl away. Passenger, they get out, they start fighting here. They start fighting. The driver comes around and tries to sort of break it up. It gets a bit more violent. And between them, the girl then climbs back into the front driver passenger seat.
Where's the shorter black guy?
He's in the back.
He's in the back of the car?
Okay, so you see he says that Tory Lanez was in the back of the car. He said that Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey was fighting and she pulled the door out viciously as he would say. Yo, shout out to everybody viewing, you know, hop in the chats, let me know what you guys think about this. New to the channel, please like, you know, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. But right now, if you just hopping on, we're listening to the witness statement from the actual incident when it actually took place in the Megan Tory incident. Basically, I was saying that he pretty much recanted his story when he went to trial. They took him upstairs and they talked to him, quote unquote, and he changed his statement. So that's pretty much why Tory got pretty much axed too, because of the witness statement. But anyways, yeah, let's get back into it.
Okay.
Then the gun, and the girl shoots it.
Oh shit! See, look right there, bro. That shit crazy. Look. And the girl shoots. The girl shoots. Not the man shoots. Not the dude shoots. Not the little short leprechaun shoots. Like if you would have said that a leprechaun hopped out the back seat and started shooting, then you would have believed him. You know what I'm saying? But he said the girl shoots, bro. What that mean to you?
So the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you? Is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark and I'm above, so, but then the guy gets out again from the back.
Shooting from the car.
That's insane, bro. That's insane that they convicted that dude. Like, Kelsey definitely should have went to jail that day. Tory shouldn't have went to jail. And just from that witness statement alone, maybe because he said, you know, it was dark, I couldn't really see, you know, but he states with a lot of, like, pretty much confidence that it was a girl who jumped out the back. Man, I don't know.
He is standing up over the window, shooting.
Wow. Yo, the thing with the Tory Lanez situation, bro. Like, if y'all see, if you just seen what happened, we'll wind back if you didn't see, if you just hopped on. But like, he just said that the girl came to the window and started shooting. Then Meg said right there on a live interview in front of millions that he came to the window and started shooting, contradicting the witness statement at that. So I don't, bro. That case was botched, bro. That case was botched. They gotta admit that witness statement into there. But one thing that I want to say about Tory Lanez, though, what he did to fuck up, and what you don't do with women, bro, you don't will make a woman spiteful, bro. When you in some shit and it's being accused, or at the point it wasn't even being accused, you know, I think she was accusing him at the time, being accused that you shot a woman, bro, like. Lay low, bro. Don't even antagonize that woman. Keep on making music. It has nothing to do with the situation. My boy dropped a fucking mixtape right after the situation, and completely, almost every song was about the shooting. I remember that, like, verbatim. Like, everything was about the shooting. Pretty much antagonized a woman, and then bro, you don't scorn a woman. What do they say, bro? Ain't nothing worse than a scorned woman. So he should have played it cool. If he would have, I don't think he would have gotten near much as trouble as he did. And with that witness statement and everything like that, they probably would have got Kelsey, because she probably would have been more angry at Kelsey than Tory. But they say she was drunk as hell, so she probably don't really remember a goddamn thing. But yo, I'm out though. Thank you everybody for joining me. If you join in later on, then yeah, please hit that like button. Comment down below if you're watching later. Subscribe to the channel if you just so happen to run up on this and you enjoy what we was talking about. Is Durk fried? I don't know, man. Is Tory Lanez gonna get out? Possibly so. We might see the return of Smirk though. It's not over yet. They say that the judge is still looking into everything. So once the judge come back with that actual decision, then we'll see. But he said his original bond wasn't that much. He upped it up $1 million. Maybe that'll work out for him. Who knows, bro? But yeah, if you watching again, yeah, thank you for the all that. All right, peace.